you're one of the shortlisted people on the, is it emPawa?
Yes.
It's emPawa.
emPawa Africa.
emPawa Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk that. How did that come about, and what exactly is it? Because I know I've seen a few people selected, but I don't know exactly what it is and how important is that to you as well.
Okay, first it's massively important. I think for me that was one of the signs that I'm going in the right direction and that it was great that I stayed on my dream. So emPawa Africa was set up by Mr. Eazi as a way to support artists.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Eazi, for those who don't know, amazing artist from Nigeria but based in Ghana. And so he basically set it up where he realized the power of having a music video.
Yeah.
And so we were the first group of people. So he was looking for 100 artists from all over Africa.
100, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah. And just from an African act to do that, that's
exactly,
a noble gesture. That's never been done before.
Exactly. An African for Africans.
Yes.
I mean, that is massive. You normally hear people coming from outside.
Yeah.
But this was
100.
100.
And from different countries,
Absolutely.
not just Nigeria.
No, he got from East. They really tried to get from everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Most of the regions were covered. And so basically what you had to do was to upload a 50-second clip on Instagram and tag them of you performing or of a song of yours. And then after that they'd select, they got lots and lots of entries.
Yeah.
So they'd select, and then those who were 100, who were selected as 100, were given, the total budget was $3,000 to the music video. So
For each one of them?
Yep.
What kind of money is he? What kind of money does he have? Or
He's very strategic.
Yeah,
He's very strategic, and I think he partnered with emPawa to kind of do the funding.
Yeah.
I don't know the full details, but yeah.
Well, that's huge. Even
It's
just for
very
artists, somebody who's just maybe in the bedroom jamming, doing their song, and you get selected.
It was it changed the trajectory of my career. I'm 100% sure of that. So when you got the video, so 2.5 was given to you to do the video, and then 500 was kind of used to market it and do the online
on the social media.
Yeah, social, YouTube, the promotions and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But then also at the same time they were building their brand. So the brand came out not too long before now.
Their brand, their studio or record label?
So I think now it's kind of evolving to cover a few of those. But when it came out, it was just basically supporting us, the artists, 100 that select, in terms of giving us some money for the video and then distributing the video and the single. And so the video went up on their channel on YouTube, and then the song as well that helped you get it on iTunes, Spotify, all the digital platforms. Yeah, so that was, and then for some artists they also kind of took them under their wing, and there's even one guy from Ghana, I think it's Jiderobi. He actually ended up getting a label. Because of working with them, they helped him set up a label.
His own label.
Yes. Because the actual aim of emPawa was not for us to depend on them, but to build us as artists to be able to have our own business.
Be confident enough to be able to, I know the ropes, I've done this, and this.
Yeah.
And if I need advice, I have these guys that I can always ask.
And so they also had, so there were 100, and then there were 10 people that were selected to go to South Africa for master classes. So they kind of went more in depth of PR, setting up a business, all that. Yeah.
That's so much money for, I mean, it's just mind-boggling because it's hard for Africans to invest in Africans. Because we're just talking of a budget of, first of all, $300,000 for these people that you do not know and don't owe anything.
No.
You don't owe them anything.
No.
And after that, branch down and even just paying attention. Because if they selected 100, how many entries did they get?
I mean, they had tons and tons of entries. So for me
that
personally,
you have to respect and admire.
It was massive. When I entered, I remember I was all over Africa. First of all, even if it's just within Kenya, I was I don't even know if I have a shot. But I entered. It was one of those things of just try.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't try, you won't know.
Yeah.
So I just tried and I entered, and I had seen who they'd already selected. I remember by that time, I think Tetu Shine had been selected, Wanja Wahoro, Karun. So I was man, these guys are big. I was like, you know, just enter.
Let me just try.
Just try.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. You have nothing to lose. Try.
Yeah.
It's content. You might get a few
Yeah.
followers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Jump in the
Yeah.
wagon.
And then it happened. And I was absolutely blown away. I was totally not expecting it. It was one of those you hope, you wish, and then it happens.
So you were doing your own song, and then they give you a budget for music video.
Yes.
And you market it with like you said, 2.5 music video,
So,
and then
yes.
5
So
market
5
it,
they
push it
handled.
online.
So the marketing, I mean, obviously you should market yourself as well.
Yeah.
But the 500 they kept to kind of like help you.
Oh,
like,
they
pay,
did.
Yeah,
they
pay
did
for
it
the
for
ads.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, because they were doing the ads.
They
on,
know
like,
strategically how they can.
Yes. So like I remember a couple of people discovered my music because they did like YouTube paid ads. So they did the promotion, and then they were quite strategic because obviously they say for Kenya they showed to a lot of the Kenyan audience. So then I got quite a lot of like new audiences or new people kind of discovering my music through that.
Because when you sent me, because when I asked you like what kind of music, I think we're still talking on was it YouTube comments?
It was in
Instagram. Yeah. So I asked you, what kind of music do you do? Because I don't think I saw any clip like on your Instagram.
Yeah.
So I was like, what kind of music do you do? So you told me, I think you sent me a link.
Yeah, then I sent you a link and like I messaged you.
And then I was like, let me just see, because you know, Kenyans nowadays, you might want to support a brother or a sister, and then you open the video and then you're just like, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. It's good.
That's the hurdle, like we.
Yeah, and then if somebody is genuinely nice to you and they want feedback, you can't crush them. Like we said, you have to find a nice way to say and deliver.
Yeah.
So I saw it first of all because I do shoot content. I shoot videos for people, clients and stuff. So first I hear, because I do give it like 16. I do give it a 16. Is it 16 beats? You have 4 bars. 4 bars in a what? 4 bars in a. Oh, is it 4 bars in a? It's not 4 bars in a chorus. 4 bars in a what? Intro. At times. At times. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I just give it those 16 seconds. I'm like, okay, it's not bad. Then I see the visuals. I'm like, okay, not bad. I hear the melody, and I'm like, okay, this is really good.
Thank you.
I was like, this is really good. And immediately, like, what did I tell you? Like, we have to do a podcast.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, because like you can just see like, you can feel the music, not just by this. You can see how you're singing, the melodies that are coming out. I was like, okay, this is actually really good music.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's
really
great.
good music.
That means a lot that you can feel it. That's very important for me.
And you should like keep dropping like.
I will.
Because if that's like your style, you didn't have to tailor make it to any different way to.
No.
That's your style.
Yeah, that's my style, and that's what I loved about. You know, so when I entered like emPawa, for instance, I actually entered with a freestyle, and I decided whatever I'm going to do, I'll be authentically myself. So I'll present myself because I'm like, you don't want to start one way and then now have to be like, actually, that wasn't me. This is actually who I am. I'm like, this is me. So if you accept it or not, that's cool. I presented who I was. So I also loved that I didn't have to be anything other than myself. And it was important for me personally to release a single or music that I love. So anything I create or finish, for me, I have to love it first, as I said. So, yeah.
And I mean, I just hope you keep that same of momentum, because just from that video, you could say like, you know, like that's the only problem. Like even for me, I see at times with so many friends, and that's the problem of knowing a lot of people. Because you see someone's potential in something, and then it's just like after 2-3 months, they're like, I just decided. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm supposed to support a new hobby. No, go back to the other one. So, but yeah, definitely you have something going on there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you have something going on there.
Yeah. But I think it's just working on being consistent. And I think what I like is my journey has helped me to just be like, now going forward, I've learned a lot about myself, and also being able to allow myself to give up is important. I know it sounds strange, but being able to let go of something that means so much to me. So as I said earlier on, I stopped once and then I stopped again.
Giving up on what?
On music. right?
Okay, that's
So-
not advice I would take from you.
No, just hear me out. Hear me
Okay.
out.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I felt like the second time when I stopped doing it, I had to kind of readjust what my priorities were or what I was focusing on. Yes, a dream is important. Yes, you should follow it through. Yes, you should be consistent. But I feel that you should also make sure that your life as a whole is also like holistic. Because I feel sometimes you could do a dream to the detriment of your own self. You're like giving everything up for it. So I got to a place where I was like, I am enough whether this dream succeeds or not, whether I continue with it or not. And when I then came back to do music, which was when I applied for emPawa and all this other stuff, I felt like I'd removed the pressure of making myself like, if it doesn't work out this way, then I'm a failure. If it works out
Yeah.
this way. So I was like, I'm a whole person. Yes, music is important to me. Yes, it matters. But I'm a whole person and I have to look at the wholeness of me if this is even going to have a chance of working. So the reason I say why it's important to be comfortable with giving up, sometimes I feel you have to let things go to reevaluate what matters to you, and then sometimes they come back to you and you're like,
The only things I'm
You know
letting
what?
go of are my exes. Everything else stays.
so everyone has their own school of thought. For me personally, I found the power
Yeah.
of letting go and just kind of being open, and I
It
felt
works. It gives
Yeah.
you that.